People who say gamers don't read are talking nonsense. They have no idea about gamers whatsoever. I know so many gamers who just don't read, and I think it's a massive mistake because there are stories that are so much better than any other game story I've ever seen. There are stories that are so much better than every TV show I've ever seen, every movie I've ever seen, every song I've ever listened to. There are stories that you as a gamer are missing out on, and in this video I'm going to just talk about 5 stories I think you should be listening to. If you're anything like me at all, you probably hear the word reading and instantly think, yeah, I don't got time for that, or I just can't sit still and open a book and read anymore. And honestly, I get it. It makes sense. Now we've got TV shows, we've got films, we've got PCs, we've got PlayStation, Xboxes, you name it, we've got it. So why would you sit there and open a book and read? Not many people do that anymore, and I don't blame them. They're just too busy. There's too many things going on all at once. In all honesty, are just more exciting for them than sitting there and cracking open a book. There's always a satisfying feeling of opening a book and reading, but in all honesty, it's very difficult to carve out time to do that nowadays. It's exactly why I want to talk about audiobooks, and specifically why gamers are really sleeping on audiobooks. It's the perfect thing for them, and to not listen to audiobooks is crazy. Audiobooks don't compete with gaming. They don't compete with walking the dog. They don't compete with driving. They sit alongside them. They are something you can do whilst completing this normal mundane task. The biggest objection I hear to not listening to audiobooks from gamers is, I would listen to audiobooks, but I'd probably miss loads of stuff. I'd always end up missing loads of stuff. 2 things I have to say to that. First of all, good audiobooks are written in a way that if you miss a slight little thing, it won't be a big deal because it gets reiterated, and on repeat listens, as in you finish the audiobook and you want to listen to it again, it's that good, you pick up that extra detail then. I very, very, very rarely miss details in audiobooks as I'm doing things. It's almost never happened. And if I do, repeat listen, I get it then. But it's not a big deal because those small details tend to get reiterated throughout the stories anyway. As the sign of a good author, they know that people's attention spans aren't always there, so they do have to reiterate little details as they're going through the book. So don't worry about missing something if you suddenly get distracted for a second. That's okay. The authors know that's going to happen. So before we get into the recommendations, quick side note, this isn't a sponsored video. There is no affiliate link. I don't want to make money from these recommendations to you. I want them to be free, and I want to share my passion for audiobooks with you fellow gamers. My first recommendation is Shattered Dreams Ultimate Level 1 Book 1. So far, I believe there are 9 books in this series, and they are absolutely incredible. I'll tell you a little bit about it without spoiling it. This is one of the easiest entry points for gamers to get into a book because the world is gamified. The concept is simple and easy to understand. In a world, you turn 18 years old, you get given a skill by the skill shard. Sometimes it's 1 skill, rarely it's a couple skills. Sometimes they could be crappy skills from being a baker. Sometimes you can get a really rare ability to use a sword or something like that. It's really, really cool. Skills can be leveled up. Some are combat focused, some are mundane. And if you get powerful enough from leveling up, you can enter dungeons and then one day even challenge the tower. The tower is important because no one ever defeats it. Probably one in like every 500 to 1,000 years. It's so rare. Now here's the hook. The main character gets a skill that actually can't be leveled up. In a world where progression is everything, he's effectively bricked from the start. What makes the series so awesome, and I absolutely love, is watching him adapt, min-max like a gamer, find loopholes, and exploiting the system just like a gamer would. This book is literally pure gamer mind, strategy, and everything like that, and it's so freaking awesome to listen to. My second recommendation is 1% Lifesteal by Blaise. This one feels a bit closer to real life because it's kind of set in the world we live in right now, but with just some alterations. Suddenly monsters start appearing and people can start getting like skills. The main character's been through a really, really rough life, like really, really rough, and something traumatic happens to him where a monster basically attacks him. He manages to defeat it and get given a skill. He trades that skill with a skill merchant and trades it for a seemingly crappy combat skill, which is 1% lifesteal. And this whole book is basically watching the main character, who's this gritty guy who's gone through so much trouble in his life, and making this seemingly useless skill of 1% lifesteal into an absolute powerhouse of a wicked skill. Now, 1% lifesteal, what I really liked about this that drew me towards this book is they are very long books. There's only 3 of them, but each book is basically like worth 3 of the ultimate level ones. So they are a lot longer, they've got a lot more story to them, and there's a good deal that's happened to the characters constantly to keep you engaged. I really, really like the gamified system, and the world system is really, really complicated, so it's very exciting in that way. It's very modernized, fantasy, sci-fi, really cool story. There's something satisfying about watching a gamified system with a character who gets a really bad build and then turns that bad build into an overpowered powerhouse. It's so satisfying. Recommendation number 3. This one's an interesting one, guys. This is Oh Great, I Was Reincarnated as a Farmer. Oh Great, I Was Reincarnated as a Farmer is written by Benjamin Kerei, and it is hilarious. So this isn't necessarily a comedy type book. It's a gamified system again, but it's just a really, really funny book. The way that it's written is just very amusing, whilst also having a good serious vibe to it as well, as gamers appreciate and enjoy. The main character is a professional gamer in real life, and suddenly he falls into a coma and wakes up in his own body, but in a different world. And this world that he's been born into is a skilled world. Everyone has skills, and his skill is a farmer skill. He tries to go and defeat like a monster and finds out he can't level through defeating anything. So he has to level up by farming, and he doesn't want to do that because naturally, as a gamer, he knows that leveling up, the most efficient way is to kill stuff. So it's funny watching a gamer in a system where he is a farmer and trying to level up. It's really, really epic, and it's a very enjoyable story. They are quite long, it's 17 hours, 50 minutes, and the author is still writing more of these books, so it's definitely a good one to hop on whenever possible. Recommendation number 4! Recommendation number 4 is really awesome because it is the Underworld Collection. This is one of the very first lit RPG type books that I've ever read, and it's a perfect place to start if you really love this type of theme. And it's really fun. It's a character who basically is 18 years old or something like that, and he gets kidnapped by a lich, dragged into this underworld type dungeon along with a bunch of other people the same age as him. And basically the succubus that stood before him and says, here's a skill, and each person gets a skill. Some people get strength, some people get necromancy. He gets fey magic, and fey magic is designed to be a healing type skill, and he uses this healing type skill to become really, really powerful, and it's so awesome to read. Honestly, one of the best types of magic worlds that I've read and enjoyed. The book series is really long because they put a lot of the books together to make longer books, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable to read. Really enjoy the whole progress of that system, and I think it's super exciting for anyone who's looking to get into a gamified world. And it's got loads and loads of books. I can't remember, it's got 9 books, I think. 8 books. Really, really good. And I absolutely love that. Apollos Thorne, who wrote the books, did a great job of that. And they're very fun to read. Lots of things get reiterated, so if you miss anything, you never really need to worry. Recommendation number 5! This one, guys, is the final recommendation. And it's quite an interesting one, actually. The reason I find this is a bit of an interesting one is it's not a gamified system. It's just a gritty fantasy system that I think you will love. The concept is super simple and easy to understand. This is my favorite book series, and now it's worth mentioning, in the UK it is The Painted Man, in the US it is The Warded Man. Different titles for different folks. it is what it is. It's super fun to listen to, and the culture and history of each of these worlds is really incredible. It's set in like Stone Ages, and at night demons apparate from seemingly nowhere and just appear, and they basically kill humans. Humans hide behind their wards. They paint wards onto their ward posts, and it creates like a ward net around the homes or the villages, and they live within there. The demons are just waiting for those wards to get marred or get covered in mud or something like that to happen to them, and then they can enter the ward net and basically destroy all the humans within. Humans can't fight back against the demons, because even a simple wound to a demon, if they seemingly pierce the impenetrable skin, they just heal it instantly. It's not going to affect them. And the whole book is kind of based around the main character who becomes a messenger. He travels from village to village, city to city, and he is a really stubborn but awesome character that I think gamers will love in general. There's something for everyone in this book. There's technically 3 main characters, but the main character is really, really cool, and I think everyone will really appreciate this book series. There is 5 books in the first series, and then the second series, I believe there's already 2 books. It's an incredible series. You see them travel, you see them grow up from like ages, I believe 8 all the way up to like 18-ish, and it is honestly incredible to just read. It's one of my favorite books by far. They do a really good mixture of Western and East Asian cultures in this book series, and it's so cool to see. Like one of the cultures in like the Eastern Asia area is like, it's almost like a Spartan type upbringing, and they're trying to learn how to fight the demons, even though they have no way to fight the demons, and the whole like culture is built around that. And then Western culture, they're a lot more different. They're just like, we're not going to fight the demons, we're just going to hide behind the wards and be as successful and make as much money as possible given our dire circumstances. And it's very, very interesting seeing how these cultures come together and everything like that. It's absolutely wicked. Honorable mention. I've got one honorable mention, and it is a lit RPG type, gamer type book that I think you guys might enjoy. I know as a goblin, someone who likes the economics of things, this was really, really funny to listen to. It is the Lair for Rent book, and it's so funny. It's an AI who is reprogrammed by some programmer to only care about money. That's it. And he's in a world of superheroes or supervillains, and all he cares about is just making money, greed. And this AI will do anything it can to get villains or heroes to make him more money. And it's a really hilarious twist on artificial intelligence along with superheroes and supervillains. Very, very cool series. And it's still a pretty new one. I believe there will be more books, but we will see in that regard. Really short one, really easy to listen to. So there you go. There's my recommendations. Gamers should give this a shot. If they don't, they're missing out on such rich worlds, and these have a very high likelihood of being made into TV series or films one day, and I really think it's a shame if you miss out on the opportunity of getting on it early. If you're a gamer who says, I don't read, I don't have time, I can't focus on books, audiobooks bypass all those objections. You don't lose gaming time. You don't lose free time. You gain stories. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Audiobooks just happen to fit perfectly into modern gamer life. So let me know in the comments if you listen to audiobooks, what books you really enjoy listening to. Doesn't matter if they're gamified or what they are. I would love to connect with you guys about what you're listening to right now, or if I've got through to anyone and you are going to give audiobooks a shot. So thank you so much for watching. This is Erosium, out.